We have a corona crisis, and not the corona that you're out of at a party. What we're going through right now is as close to a zombie apocalypse as we will ever get to in our lifetimes. Yes, folks, this is very serious. But amongst all of this, there is opportunities that will pop its head up, and you won't see it unless you know to look out for it. And that's what I'm going to share with you at the end of this. Let me share with you my thoughts about this coronavirus and why it is very serious and why you're seeing a lot of governments take it very seriously. It's true, and the mortality rate's about 3%, 3.5%, but that's actually a lot of people. I mean, think about it. 3 out of every 100 people you know may die. Let's say if everybody caught the coronavirus. Now, realistically, it's probably going to come out to be along the lines of the regular flu because not everybody that has a coronavirus tested for the coronavirus. I mean, if you see the news recently, our very own president may have the coronavirus too. Now, the reason why this is really serious is because not everybody had the flu shot. Even with the flu shot, we see a massive number of people die every single year because of the flu, and that's after the flu shot. With the coronavirus, there is no coronavirus shot. So that is why there's such a big panic about this coronavirus, and you're seeing a zombie apocalypse happening around you. It's a train wreck in motion. Now, let me talk to you about the stock market, because the stock market is what comes up every time you turn on the news, am I right? And they talk about what happened to the stock market yesterday, what happened today, where is it going. You have a million analysts speaking and sharing their thoughts and their opinions, where it's going to go. And the thing about the stock market is they're predictive and they overreact. They price in the worst case scenario. And this time, I don't think it's panic selling, guys. I think this is rational selling. The worst case scenario can happen. And we've seen it happen already in China and right now in Italy. They pretty much shut down the entire country. It's as close to zombie apocalypse as we're going to get in our lifetime. Now, think about what that does to local businesses. If people aren't going to the mall, if people aren't going to the restaurants anymore, what do you think is going to happen to their cash flow? They're not going to have the money to pay off their debt service, their lease obligations. Local businesses are going to suffer. Local businesses like your tenants, or perhaps even yourself. I mean, the good thing is though, long term, you can definitely expect the government to have some economic tools to save all these businesses, at least some of them. The truth is, no matter what the government's going to do, it may be a little too late for some of these businesses. But in the long run, I see massive inflation. And we already had massive inflation already, in my opinion. Now, with economic tools that the government is going to implement to try to save the economy, we're going to see even more massive inflation as we move forward. And what it's going to do for your investment is this. It may make it more attractive. Because if you look at the 10-year treasury rates, it's less than 1%. That doesn't even protect you from inflation. We're at negative rates right now. To put your money in a 10-year treasury, you're losing money every single year because of inflation. So where else are they going to put their money? Most likely in real estate. So what we're going to see is a lot of compressed cap rates, and that just means in the long run, because of inflation, your property values are going to go up. On the side of brighter things, I also don't see this coronavirus go on, this bloodbath, go on past mid-April. And what I mean is we're not going to see this panic anymore. We're not going to see down the entire country where they're shutting down and canceling events, closing establishments. But the coronavirus, it's here for good. We're going to see it pop up again year after year, but at least at that time, we're going to have a corona shot immunization, just like the flu shot. Now, I do believe that there's always an opportunity and danger in every crisis, and that's especially true in this crisis. Right now, your investment may have a golden opportunity for you to protect the future of your investment. Because remember what I was saying about businesses and the cash flows? The truth is, a lot of them may not be able to pay rent in the coming months. But if you evict them, what's going to happen? Do you think you're going to find another tenant right away? Do you think a lot of businesses right now are looking to expand and will probably take up that space? Probably not. And that is the danger for you to potentially take a firm line and say, if you don't pay rent, that's it, you're out. Because there's an opportunity right here where you can offer them, a few months of rent abatement, maybe temporary, maybe partial, maybe you let them pay the rent at a later time. In exchange, you renegotiate some of the terms, such as increasing the rent earlier or a higher amount, and that's going to help you with your cap rate, your operating income. And remember what I talked to you about a moment ago about the cap rates being compressed because of the massive inflation that's probably going to happen? That means your property value will go up that much more. So you're paying for it a little bit in the short term, and you're benefiting from it in the long run. Another term you can renegotiate is this. If you have a property tax cap, then maybe you want to go ahead and renegotiate that away, because the split roll, it's going to end up on the ballot this year in California. And what that means is they're going to go ahead and reassess commercial properties every single year. So your property taxes are going to increase every single year. And if you have a cap for your tenant, you're going to be paying it, not your tenant. What that's going to do is affect your operating income, and you may not realize the full potential of your property value, because now you have a lower cap rate because of the lower operating income, because you have a cap on the property tax. So in exchange for a month or two of rent abatement, it could be worth it in order to renegotiate that property tax cap. Now let's flip this around. Assuming you are the business owner and you're leasing from your landlord, you want to go ahead and renegotiate things like the property tax that you're paying every single year. I'm assuming this is a triple net, you're paying property taxes. You want to go ahead and put a cap on it, because it's very likely to pass the split roll, where you're going to be paying higher and higher taxes every single year, because they're going to go ahead and reassess the property taxes every single year for commercial properties. And it'll affect you if you're a business owner and you are paying the property taxes. And of course, you want to weigh whether it's worth grinding out these tough next few months, which it is going to be tough because of the lower cash flow from the lower activity. And the entire country's feeling it. We're probably going to have a little recession, but my opinion about recessions, it's like catching a cold. It happens, you'll get over it, things will come along. Now, it's a matter of thinking whether it's worth it to struggle through this, because it takes time to build up your business. Is it worth it to pay a little bit now, where you're going to pay a little bit more for your space, for your business, but in the long run, you earn so much more income because of your business? So different things away, and of course, my advice to you will always be different based on the position I am playing, whether I'm playing the role of a landlord rep or a tenant rep. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of both sides, and I don't know what your situation will be. It really depends on your space. Is it even worth it going through that kind of a renegotiation? It just depends on your situation. So I'm giving you really broad, general advice. When we sit down together for more details, I can give you more custom-tailored strategies that you can act upon. All right? Hope this was useful for you, and I wish you the best. Stay safe out there.